everybody? I'm relationship coach Nadia Clark.
I'm wellness expert Brian Robinson.
I am your lifestyler, Renata Del Carmen.
And I'm Maurice Griffin, just trying to get my life together.
And thank you for tuning in to the
ConFabulous Party.
So we're just going to delve right into it. So you see I have my little braids on this weekend. I said this weekend because I changed my hair like I changed my drawers.
So,
I
3-4
dare
times
you
a
to
week.
respond.
Not 7 times a week. 3, 4 times a week.
Renata here has straight hair, and I think that this
Protective
is
style.
a protective style. So I think our question for today is, what do men prefer? Weaves, wigs, natural hair, braids? What is it? What do you guys like?
Brian, I think you should address this question first.
I think you're right. I'm not going to lie. I like the natural. I like to run my fingers up through it, get it caught sometimes, let it not get caught sometimes, but I prefer natural.
So you like a kitchen?
I like a kitchen. I don't
He
mind
like
a
a kitchen
Mhm.
that ain't being cooked in. Lord have mercy. Jesus.
Well,
So, go ahead.
the thing is, it's an acquired taste, I think. Everybody has their preference of what they like and are entitled to what they like, male and female.
Mhm.
So is the question pertaining to what is the popular vote or what men like?
Well, I think that according to some things that I researched, that overall men do like the natural hair. And my thing is, since when?
Okay.
2014. Why? What are you talking about? Y'all are full of
That's my thing.
full of
because
it.
Natural
Full of it.
hair. Now, when we discuss natural hair, are we saying natural hair as teeny weeny afro? Or
Does it grow out your scalp? Yes, it's natural.
okay, so you would date a woman with natural hair, African American woman with natural hair, and it's not that long. It's probably in a little ponytail.
Yeah, I did a girl with the Cosby fro. I have no problem with the Cosby fro.
Okay.
I'm sorry, why did... Okay. Okay.
What is your preference? You have a visual. You have an entitlement to visual stimulation.
Let me just say this. I think it depends on how well the women wear their hair. You know, some people can pull off natural hair very well, while others can pull off wigs, others can pull off weave.
And you brought out something very important that you said it depends on how a woman wears it.
Yeah.
So is it the natural hair that they're wearing, or is it how they wear it? What is the idea behind this whole natural hair thing? Because I think that everyone is full of shit. I really do. I really think that it's baloney. It's baloney. It's trendy.
So you think
it's made up.
Okay.
I think that it'll be out. They'll find something else in a few years, and then they'll be looking down. They'll be looking down at the natural hair. People like, oh, you ain't up on this. You know, it's just always something.
Not for
always
me.
something.
See, here's my thing with the natural hair scenario. And this is a perfect example. The other night, I was watching Scandal, and I was watching along with Twitter, like I do most shows. And it was an episode where Olivia was not her norm. Her hair was a mess. It was curly.
Right.
And
It's like an afro-ish, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And someone made a joke saying that she was stressed, so she's team natural. So the idea now is that women who are going through,
Something.
who have
They're
trying to
mad
find
at them.
their
Someone
identity.
broke up with them. They Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Cut their
Either
hair
they
off.
just broke up
Get
with
outta
their
here.
man, or life is stressful. They just want to be who they are and find themselves, and so they throw away the weave. They throw away all these other options, and they just want to be free, so they're natural.
They trying to get
So
into
now-
Hold
Okay.
on. Let me tell you how I got introduced to natural hair, and it'll help explain why I have that preference. The first girl I ever dated with natural hair didn't start natural. It was chemicaled up. It was a fire hazard walking around my apartment. And one day, she got real...
Shacking?
Huh?
You were shacking.
She wasn't living with me. She was just at my house that week.
Okay.
Because apartment was
Right.
getting painted.
Right.
She slept on the couch. I slept in the bed.
Praise
Uh-huh.
the Lord.
Yes.
Clearly your mother is going to see this. I think.
Yeah. Mom, you know. No, so then one day we were sitting around and she was through with it. So to your point, she got to a stress point and started cutting the little fire hazard tips off. Just cutting it off. And I had never seen her so beautiful, and it like freed her. So that's been my experience with it. So I will say that by and large, what I've seen, the natural does come from either a stress point or a budget point.
Or I'm just tired point. But it ain't never a preference, honey.
Right. But now, I showed up to a family barbecue after my big chop. But my second big chop, because I've big chopped many times.
So have I.
But my second big chop
Big chop, cutting
means
your hair off.
cutting everything off.
Non-natural.
Right. So I had a teeny weeny afro. They call them TWAs.
Yeah.
And when I walked into the barbecue,
Like the plain TW. Okay.
It's a Cosby fro. You know how Bill Cosby used to wear his hair in a low fro?
Well, we don't want to bring up Cosby right now.
Oh, sorry.
Why not though? But next.
Yeah.
So my cousin's husband says to me, if I need money to get my hair done, because clearly I need to get my hair done.
Right.
So
because it wasn't an option.
It wasn't a preference. Right.
It
wasn't a preference visually for him, and he's my cousin's husband. So you know, as long as she keeps it the way he likes it is what matters.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't get from a lot of men that the natural look is preferred.
Now it's preferred. What I think it's preferred on their girlfriend, but not the women they cheat with. Not the women that they look at in the street.
Now hold on.
That's not preferred on those women.
That's not fair.
So don't. I feel like a man should never have anything to say about what a woman does with her hair.
No, I think I'm entitled to my opinion.
And I think you're not.
Okay, well then we
I
disagree.
think you do have a say-so in your significant other's appearance, physical appearance.
Lies you tell.
Well,
It's
hold
just
on.
that. What is the first thing that when you saw your boyfriend? What is the thing that attracted? Well, let's not talk about you personally. I feel like most people, when they are in a relationship with someone, the first thing that they notice is the physical appearance.
And she had on a wig down to her back, all the way down here. So don't come in here being Mr. Natural.
But
Because
now,
that ain't
hold on.
what attracted you to me in the first place. You ain't even seen that.
But let me
No, but I'm not talking about that specifically. I'm talking about you saying your man doesn't have a say-so in your physical appearance.
He doesn't.
He does. If you're skinny when you got together and then you become a house 2 years later, he does have a say-so
But
in
that
your
means
appearance.
that you got
Have
into the
issue.
relationship based on the wrong reasons. Well, if we were going to build anything, anything I build with anybody has to surpass anything that's going on
Yes.
outside.
Yeah, that's true.
I understand that it does go deeper than that, but you have to understand. Well, he fell for me, and I was looking this particular way.
I'm going to refrain from getting myself in trouble, so I'm going to let you answer this question.
Please
I'm
do.
getting wise for the
single
first time in
person.
my life.
Seeing as how I'm single and all,
Again,
I think that I would say I would make the decision to want to do what is pleasing to my man, what he likes. I want to be attractive to him. So I'm probably not going to pick the hairstyle that is unattractive in his eyes. But I wouldn't consult him on every move I make at the hairdresser. I definitely.
But what
wouldn't
if
do that.
he's just like, oh, what you doing with your hair?
Well, that's
Oh, so you're gonna
overbearing.
get
That's
this?
different.
I don't think that's equivalent to somebody saying, "Oh, what color shirt do you have on? Oh, look at the pants that you have on." Like, I don't think like anyone you're in a relationship with, like every little thing you do, they're gonna have a comment on.
Right.
But I do feel like major changes, they do have an opinion.
The only
Like if you
time
had long hair for 5 years and all of a sudden you're gonna cut your hair off, you should kind of run it by him.
Or at least just give me a heads
Not
up.
approval.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Well,
approval.
I had one of my exes. I was wearing a micro mini one day.
A micro what?
A micro mini
Skirt?
skirt.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Micro
sorry.
mini.
Yeah, it's always an opportunity.
And so he was like, I really want you to change your clothes. And I
Okay.
was like, really? Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this a joke or you really? And he was like, we're not going to go anywhere until you change.
Oh wow.
So,
And he
I
wasn't
was
your
like-
husband.
and he wasn't my husband.
Right.
I changed my clothes because for the simple fact that I know that going out with him in a micro mini might mean he's going to have to fight
for you.
Not
We don't
really
want to
might.
fight in the micro
He's
mini.
going
'Cause
to
that's
have
how
to fight,
that's
yeah.
how we think.
Right. So I was like, well, yeah, we don't want no fight today. Okay, great. So I will change my clothes. But with something like my hair, my makeup, and things that really I don't really feel like you say, don't do your hair that way. I don't
No, that's overbearing. We not, and as a man, I'm gonna tell you, we don't want to dictate to you how to wear your hair. But I do have a preference, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, if you come out the bedroom after marriage and and you got on
This Christian.
yeah, you know me,
Uniform.
yeah, and you come out the bedroom with the natural and a white beater and gray sweatpants rolled up. It's going to be the same result as if you come out with a weave or a wig and a white beater and gray sweatpants. It's going to be a beautiful night. That's all I'm saying.
My whole thing is just whomever I'm with, I need them to be like, she got that. Like,
Okay,
let me focus on being a provider. Let me do my job. And let her do what she's been doing all her life and ain't never had no problems with and no objections with.
Okay, that's fair.
Go ahead and do you, boo. I got, no matter what you come out with, I'm a love. Bishop with his wife, no matter what you look like, boo, at the end of the day, it is all love. That's what I am going for. Because when you come out with your oversized stomach, you ain't never gonna know that I noticed.
I gotta take you to
Definitely
the gym.
on this stomach.
You ain't never gonna know that I noticed
As you
because
suck
every
it
day
in.
I'm gonna make you feel like a size 6. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying when it comes to the whole thing of what your preference is for your woman. If your woman is your woman, then every day she should look to you. When you come out of that room, it should be like she got natural hair, weave, all she's everything all in one.
I
It
know.
don't matter
there
what
are
she
so
is
many
or what she
straight
looks
men.
like.
There are so many straight men that would disagree with that
Mm-hmm.
extremely.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would because they're not the woman who it's being
There are
imposed
gay
upon.
men that will disagree too, honey.
Well,
They gotta,
well,
they'll tell you.
well, listen. When you
Gotta
get
keep a gay friend around.
Mhm.
when you get in a relationship with someone and they look a certain way, and not to be superficial, but when they look a certain way and things begin to change, and if you're keeping up your appearance, it's kind of like, oh, this is not who I met, and this is not, what I signed up for.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about, yes, you love them. That doesn't mean that you don't love them. That doesn't mean you don't care about them. That doesn't mean you two aren't building anything.
Mhm.
But it's just more of like, oh, you're becoming unattractive to me.
Right.
So when you become unattractive to your significant other, then this is my point. Then that is something you have to worry about. Now, maybe it's changing your hairstyle. Maybe it's gaining some pounds. Maybe it's losing some pounds. Because people like big people.
Mhm.
I'm not one of them. But people like big people. And there's nothing wrong with big people out there. Be big if you want to be big. I love all big people, just not for me. So what I'm saying is, like, when you start to become unattractive to your significant other, then there's something to worry about. So I think that's my point.
Yeah, I don't think I'm talking from the opinion of how conditional my love is. You just asked me my preference. Now, if
but I was referring to your preference, not about all that other stuff he was saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because if we together, we together.
I'm
because-
sorry, I was just trying to make the conversation more interesting.
Oh, absolutely. And listen, it's good times and bad times. So if you have weed one day and something, God forbid, something happens to you, and you got to go through the big shot, and it rolls back slow.
And some of
it
us
is
have
what
weed
it is.
every day.
And I think that I just think that you can't put so much emphasis on the external things when you're in a relationship. And if you are
True.
superficial, then you'll never be satisfied because people always change in their relationships. And you know how hard it is to keep that up. So let me make sure I'm always on 100 so my man doesn't not like me. I would never be with somebody like that.
100%.
Because you're not comfortable
true.
in your own skin and you're imposing that on me as an individual.
Yeah,
and even if
absolutely.
you have a preference, I can take that into consideration one day. But don't wait for it. Don't wait
You
for
better
it.
love me just in case anyway.
You better love me just perfect. You better love me just in case anyway.